Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm finally building my 1986 Honda Cr500 two-stroke engine. A little bit of backstory. I actually bought this engine a year ago off eBay, and it was for a cross-kart project. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Cr500 platform, it is considered to be one of the most legendary and violent production dirt bikes of all time. In fact, when the first water-cooled bike was released in 1985, they were so violent that they had to detune the power after every year. Lucky for me, I got the 86 model, and it's rumored to be one of the most powerful years. So in the previous episodes of this build, I actually tore this thing down and sent the cases out to get vapor blasted, and then I sent my cylinder out to get it ported by a professional. So this thing should be a ripper, guys. In this video, I'm doing a complete engine rebuild, and I'm shooting for around 75 horsepower. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I went ahead and sanded the factory casting imperfections in these crankcases, and I made sure to clean them out really nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the bearings. So I'm going to heat up the cases with the blowtorch, drop the bearings in the freezer, and they should just pop right in. So I got some screws here straight from Honda. So I'll be using the crank that came with the motor. There is no up and down play in this crank, so I think we're good. And then this motor came with the brand new Wiseco piston, a 90mm. So yeah guys, I'm gonna go ahead and install this crank into the cases using a special tool I have. Okay, so this is the left crankcase, and that's what you want to install it in first. So just slide my crank in. So now all I have to do is tighten this nut. I have to figure out how all this goes back in the motor. It's been a year since I've messed with it. So there's a closer look at the transmission. It's going in. Alrighty guys, I got my gasket on. Man, I really don't like what Honda did with their shifting mechanism. I mean, yeah, it works, but there's these little paws right here that could shoot out at any given time, and you could lose the pieces. But let's just hope we can. There it goes. Got some Loctite on these bolts right here. We got the shift shaft with the washer right here. Perfect. Well guys, the clutch side is almost done. I just realized I forgot to order the water pump bearings. The clutch pads that came with this motor were extremely shot, so we'll have to order a new clutch. But other than that, everything looks good. Everything really cleaned out nicely. So if you're enjoying this video, the least you can do is just drop a like down below. So I have to order a new clutch and a new water pump rebuild kit. But for now, I'll just put the clutch cover back on. Now the older Cr500s actually used a one-piece clutch cover that was made out of magnesium. It turns out that the coolant would actually erode the magnesium over time. So a few years later they switched to a two-piece aluminum cover. And that's what I'm going to be running. It's a direct bolt-on. So there's the difference between the two covers. This one is a two-piece, whereas this one is a one-piece. I've seen crazy carnage from this water pump area. I got this fresh Boysen cover, and this is just going to go right here. I am still waiting for my full bolt kit to come. This engine has come a long way since I bought it, but I'm probably going to have to end this video here. Once I get all that stuff in, I'm still going to do like a double, triple check. Make sure everything's good. I'm definitely not a pro when it comes to engine building, but I do know a thing or two. So if you have any advice for me, be sure to leave it in the comments. Now when I bought this engine, it did come with this little crack. So I could just JB weld it and maybe just sand it flush. I mean, these are expensive cases, so I don't want to risk melting them. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw on this ignition cover right here, and it should really make this thing pop. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little build, and I want to update you guys on the crossguard. Some of you guys were asking about it, and all I'm going to say is please be patient. It is turning out to be a really expensive build, so I'll hopefully be putting a part out for that in a few weeks once the mower gets to a rolling chassis. But guys, I'll have to see you in the next video. Stay tuned, and peace.